Okay, this is my first video, a tutorial I think they call them. So I'm going to be making this, come with me, I'll show you. We're going to be making the fairy house. Ta-da! It's currently occupied by small lizards. That's okay. And we'll make a video of this later on. Of course, I'm working on Boba Fett's helmet. Here's the Florida trailer trash with flamingos. And here are the tools that I'm using. And we can use different tools, but I'm using liquid nails, heavy duty, tape measure. Gonna need Sharpies, sharp scissors. Gotta get these from the dollar store. These are the best. Cutting this foam, it dulls that blade right out. This here is a hot glue gun, and of course hot glue sticks. These gravels are from the dollar store, and they're only $1. This here is any old paper will do, but this is a poster board, and the main structure of the house is going to be built out of this EVA foam, this foam floor mat. I got this at Harbor Freight for $9.99. Just a penny under $10. Amazing. And of course some sandpaper, a little bit of sanding. This is contact cement. This is what I'm going to use. Comes in a bottle like this, or a big can like that. But you could use hot glue. I'm using contact cement because I'm worried about the Florida heat. It can get so hot here in Florida that you will melt your glue, and your house may fall apart. And of course we could reinforce it and make it a lot stronger. I can show you that in my next video clip. So let's get started. So the first thing I did was cut out this paper template. See? Then I think that door is a bit small, so I'm going to make this one a little bigger. And you can see I just folded a piece of paper in half and guessed at my size and the shape of the door I'd like to have, and voila. Next, take the paper template over to your foam and take your magic marker and trace it out. See, and make sure you flip this over, because I'll show you why in a second. But you trace that out, and then there's our front door. You see? Now if you look at the back side of the foam, it's got this weird texture, and with this house we're covering 100% of this, so it probably doesn't matter, but I like to use the smooth side. Okay, next step, snap knife. We're going to use this and make sure this is brand new and nice and sharp. I learned how to sharpen these myself, but you want to buy a brand new one because this foam pulls and tugs. But we just take our knife, you see like this. Follow me, you follow me, follow. And voila, poof. See, there's your door. And then we're going to make the side pieces. That's the front and the back of the house. See, the door is going to get glued onto there. So the original lizard house is about 8 inches wide, but I'm going to minus about an inch. What's up, lizard? What are you doing, buddy? Sorry. I'm going to minus an inch because it's going to be built up on both sides. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. 4 inches deep. And I'll show you that right now. Then I cut off all these little puzzle piece things here. And this will give me a nice straight edge that I can now draw on. You see, I need a rectangle piece. So I want to mark this end. And then I know I want it to be 4 inches wide. So I come over here at 4. Come down here at 4. And I make this piece. And I just freehand it because I'm just awesome. You see? Just like that. Then I want to glue these together like so. See? Okay. Then we put glue here. And the trick to this glue is you gotta let it totally dry. I'll give this a good 5-10 minutes. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so I'm going to be a little bit messy. But get your glue on there. You see I got this one glued already. Now the edges of this one. You see? Glue, glue. But let these dry. Don't let them touch each other. Here's the small wall that I built. This goes down on the small end. It's going to sit just like that. You see? These two are the same width. Different heights. This one's tall. This one's short. Just the short one. So let these dry a good 10 minutes. And we'll put them together. Alright, the 10 minutes is up. The glue is dry. Now we just find our glued edges. Put these pieces together. Watch, be careful. They stick. See that? Voila, that's done. This one here. Uh-oh, very sticky. That's done. Now here's our front. And here's the other side. And it's starting to look like a house. And we're not so concerned with the shape because this thing's going to be completely covered, decorated. You can really mush these edges together and they really stick. And that's it. That sucker is done. And while you weren't watching, I marked out the location of the door. I applied glue to both surfaces. And there you go. There's the front door. Next is the roof. Okay, we're back here to the house. And we're going to measure the roof. This is 5.5 inches. Back to the lizard house. Here's the rest of our little fairy details. There's the fairy castle with the Wicked Witch standing guard. That door came out cool with the gold. Okay, measure 5.5, 5.5. Use a straight edge. I'm using my cutoff. Then use your magic marker and connect the dots. Now I don't know how long to make the roof, so I'm just using my scrap foam and making it as long as I can. Okay, took the roof and I curled it up the best I could. I'm just guessing at all this. Get a nice curl to it. See what we got here? So curl these up real nice. And then we're going to glue. We're going to glue all along here. All along here. Now this one I would suggest letting this glue totally dry and then putting a second coat of glue all the way around. And then let that totally dry. And the same thing here. This side is like, it's hard so the glue doesn't soak in. But this edge of the foam, it sucks all the glue right in. So if we want to keep some of the glue on the surface, we're going to do 2 coats of glue all the way around. Very important here, not so important here. Okay, so I got the contact cement all the way around, perimeter of the roof. I cut a little bevel kind of salted with my knife so it could match, you know. This is actually, that goes that way. And I glued this one time all the way around the perimeter, but that's going to need a second coat. And I glued all this. Again, I cut that bevel, so when it meets at the ridge, you see, we're going to kind of match up a little bit. It's not important because this all gets covered. This is just the framing of the house. All the decorations will go on top of this. See? I really didn't let the glue dry long enough. But we start pushing that together. And here's our framing for our house. It's not exactly the same as that one. That one I left too low. But you see, when I put the mulch around it, I lost too much of the height of the house. So I'm making this one just a little bit taller. And don't be afraid, just keep mushing this together. And sooner or later this is going to dry. And I probably forgot to mention, but this glue smells horrible. So you have to do this outside. Alright? And there's an alligator, Florida style. Don't worry, he doesn't speak English. And we'll keep going. Okay, so now I'm making the chimney. I just drew it out. It's going to go on the back there. And then I flip this over and trace it, because you can see it's got a slight curve to it, but that adds to the whimsy. That's kind of what the look we're going for. Okay. Both halves covered in glue. Allow 10 minutes to dry. Okay, put the two halves of the chimney glued together. Then I had to trim the edges because they didn't line up exactly. So I just held them on the edge of my little workbench here, and I sawed right through, trimmed the bottom up. And again, it doesn't really matter how well this looks because this is all going to get cut in stones here. And if you notice, I had to take this little notch out because the roof sticks out slightly, and that's to allow the chimney room to lay flat on the body of the house. So this is the back of the house. There's our chimney, and then I'm going to take this chimney and I'm going to create a little chimney cap. I'm just going to draw a line a little bit bigger all the way around, and then I have a little surprise coming up. You're going to love it. Hang on.